So we're just sending evil shit.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at The Black Phone, which premiered at Fantastic Fest in 2021. The Black Phone takes place in the 70s and follows a teenager abducted by a local serial killer. The kid is locked up in a room with an old phone, which he uses to communicate with his captor's previous victims. It's a serial killer crime flick with some supernatural touches that highlights the resiliency of youths. The movie is based on the short story of the same name written by Joe Hill. His stories have been adapted for the screen before, perhaps most notably with In the Tall Grass. Hill is the son of legendary novelist Stephen King, and it shows. This adaptation is so full of classic King tropes, you'd be forgiven.
I don't know how to give out channel
The Black
points.
Phone was written by Scott Derrickson, with a
I don't know how to do
screenplay
that.
co-written by Derrickson and C. Robert Cargill. These are the guys who brought us the modern classic Sinister, as well as the first Doctor Strange movie. Derrickson was originally supposed to direct In the Multiverse of Madness too, but he left the project due to creative differences. Most likely, he wanted to make it more of a horror film. The good news is that when he left that movie, he and Cargill turned around and made this one. The Black Phone is one of many, many amazing horror movies that had a wide release in 2022. While it didn't quite electrify me as much as some of the others, I
Nah, Barbarian was hard as hell. That movie was fire, dude. You gotta watch it if you haven't seen it.
think it's really well made with phenomenal performances, specifically from the two lead kids and Ethan Hawke in a rare villainous turn as the Grabber. It also manages to have an optimism to it, despite the dark subject matter. Ethan Hawke called it a scary movie with a heart of gold. For anyone who finds comfort in Stephen King stories with their small towns and magical realism, The Black Phone will surely deliver, with a couple of good scares along the way. How many kills will the Grabber... what? Hello?
Oh, sweetie, I'm so glad I caught you.
Mom, your battery life.
W ad.
The rest could all for
Bye.
Bye, Mom. Ever up North Denver, and 13-year-old pitcher Finney Blake gets bested by rival Bruce Yamada, who's a little cocky, but still a good sportsman.
Man, your arm is mint. You almost had me.
Bruce slow rides around town, looking cooler than I ever have or will be, but his good times come to an end when he sees a black van, bringing a fade to black to this baseball boy. An 8mm missing persons montage gives us a taste for this movie's 70s setting. I love a good opening credits sequence that isn't just names over landscape shots, especially when it evokes the filmmaker's previous horror work. Keep an eye out for any lawnmowers, am I right? Finney lives with his younger sister Gwen in a place so suburban there are connected backyard paths leading to the school. But this Denver suburb ain't entirely Colorado. There's been a string of child abductions, classic King, by an unknown culprit nicknamed the Grabber. This is the late 70s after all, the age of infamous serial killers like John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, and David...
You said my clips go crazy? Hey, appreciate you, Aqueezy. You the go. You the grrr. You the go. You love my clips? I love you. What the fuck? W Aqueezy.
back.
W Aqueezy, bro. W. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. Appreciate you, fam. We be working hard on PBK.
Short of a kill switch, but he definitely makes Moose unprettier.
455.
Finney helps Robin with his math homework. This doesn't feel like a transactional relationship. These two boys seem like actual friends, or at the very least, affectionate mentor and mentee.
Yo,
You have to stand up
he's sitting there pissing, and the nigga gonna look over and smite it. Freak nut.
for yourself one of these days.
Finney's home life is also a big bag of suck. His dad Terrence has such a short fuse, mere bread box banging and cereal slurping.
You like that, dude?
You think you can slurp that a little louder?
Finn's pap is abusive and alcoholic as hell, but the kids adapt and find a way to live with him. Watching William Castle movies probably helps. Oh shit, the Tingler! Finney must be a podcast listener. The Blake home is the best showcase of this movie's attention to period detail. Production designer Patty Podesta helped recreate director Scott Derrickson's memories of growing up in late 1970s North Denver. In fact, it was his decision to set the movie here. Joe Hill's original story takes place in Illinois, and it's not just the set deck and wardrobe that makes this feel
Nigga
so
said
much
W
like the
dad.
70s. Cinematographer Brett Jukowitz matched the movie's visual style to the era with his lighting and color palette. He used a lot of browns and sepias and shot with lenses that gave the film a softer period look. Finney wakes up the next morning to some real-life horror, Gwen being abused by their dad. She had been questioned at school earlier by two detectives looking into the missing kids. They heard that Gwen told a friend about a dream she had where the grabber had black balloons, a detail that's true but hasn't been released to the public. Turns out Gwen Gwen's got a bit of the shine, or otherwise nondescript magical power. Classic King. Terrence is irate that Gwen's been talking about prophetic dreams, and in a painful scene beats her until she repeats that she doesn't have powers.
My dreams are just dreams. My dreams are just dreams.
Amazing work by young
Deadass, she gonna slime his shit. He gonna be sleeping, he gonna have a beer, he like, damn kids. I hate that stupid little bitch. Like, you hate me, nigga? Boom! Genuinely just peel his fucking muffin cap back. All his shit's gone. Exactly. Bow.
McGraw, who Derrickson says came up with that final, somewhat defiant line delivery on her own.
My favorite acting moment in the whole movie, and maybe in anything I've ever done. And she turns and she looks at him and she gets
Flocka!
She's like, my dreams are just dreams. And I didn't tell her to do that. That's a 9-year-old girl knowing her character.
Great acting from a kid who's not old enough to watch his previous work.
I've been begging my mom to let me watch Sinister, but she said definitely no. She's even shaking her head right now.
I love that Gwen is a strong little kid who's not overly precocious, even when she's cussing out cops like she were Beavis.
Yeah, I took him down because obviously I'm the grabber, you dumb fucking fart knocker.
Now we see that her
Damn,
toughness
what
is a way to mask the trauma she has from
Hold on, you dumb fucking fart face or fart knocker.
her broken home. Finney's crappy life is about to get crappier, since Robin, like Bruce before him, stumbles upon that same black van and suffers the same black fade out. With his
Bruh.
buddy bodyguard gone, Finney and Gwen have to fend for themselves in a super violent kid fight. Which, I mean, you know what that is, man. It's classic King! I'll stop pointing out King tropes now, but this does make me want to do a random video all about him. After school, the young walker crossfades his way home. Damn, all these dissolves for just one street? Slow-ass motherfucking...
Shut up, just got so fucking scared.
Finney over here. The pace picks up when
Oh, let me
Finney
change
comes
the-
across a black van.
You're
The
scared.
figure
I'm scared
stumbles out
too.
is sounding like an animaniac. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, okay. Because at first I thought it was more like... This feller says he's a part-time magician. And to prove it, he says abracadabra. Man, nothing worse than a mouthful of sleeping gas. Finney comes to in a grimy basement.
What the
with a man now
fuck?
revealed to be the grabber.
This nigga's getting down like that. He said, hey, yo, I'm a magician. Spray that nigga in the mouth. Yo, hey, W fucking grab.
Shows off his creepy PPE.
Nothing bad is going to happen here.
You know, I'm not sure why, but I'm having a hard time believing this guy. The grabber is played by Ethan Hawke, who previously worked with Derrickson on Sinister. We've also seen him as the family patriarch in the middling original Purge. The Black Phone relies on Hawke's performance for its tension, and he delivers, giving the grabber an unsettling, almost split-like instability. The grabber locks up for the night, so Finney explores his new Scare B&B, which includes a dingy bathroom and some rolled-up floor mats. It also includes the titular telephone, which, despite being disconnected, rings one night. The grabber says it's just static electricity, since the phone hasn't worked since his boyhood. That's a problem for Finney, because the grabbers also soundproof this basement.
Nah, Scare
Crawl
B&B
space,
is a
no one can
W,
hear a scream. A couple of nights go by,
W
and
nickname.
the phone rings again. This time, there's a caller on the line. The boy on the other end doesn't remember his own name, but he does say some familiar phrases.
We met once. Your arm is mint. You almost had me.
Finney realizes he's talking to the ghost of Bruce Yamada. First
What?
time caller, long-time dead kid. His early life and abduction are played in another Kodachrome montage. Bruce tells him that the phone rings for everyone, but Finney's the only one who's been able to hear their voices. I was surprised to learn these calls weren't done in post-production. The phone was hooked up so the kid actors could actually talk during the scenes.
We hooked it up so that when we pick up this phone on the outside of the set, the black phone inside.
Hold on, who the fuck was on GOAT? These niggas are not slick. Who buying kicks like that? Who buying archive fashion? That Issey Miyake shit. Who's tapped in on the set to the archive shit?
Will ring.
Bruce tells Finney about a loose tile in the
They
bathroom
low-key
that he
tapped
removes
in.
to try and Shawshank his way to freedom. He hides the progress with one of the mats and turns in for another kidnap. Like napping kid. The next day, before sunrise, the grabber brings him breakfast. On his way out, he seemingly forgets to lock the door, but when Finney moves to escape, he receives another phone call. It's a different voice this time, who Finney identifies as deceased paperboy Billy Showalter. Another montage shows his life in kidnapping, done by a Pennywise grabber. Billy tells Finney the unlocked door is a trap, and that the grabber is waiting to beat him when he tries to leave. Damn, look like
That motherfucker is twisted. Look at that mask. This nigga is freaked out, like dead ass. He kind of built though on some. Oh shit. Shit, y'all don't know how scared I just got. He kind of built though on some calm shit.
Like
I don't know why he's sitting up there with the shirt
dumbbells,
off.
Know what I mean? Billy also mentions that he tore a cable loose and hid it away. Finney finds it, and using a rolled up mat as a guide, snakes it around the bars.
Now that mask is tough, I'm not gonna lie. I want one too. On some freaky shit though. Imagine you stroking that shit. Oh yeah. You got the mask on. She fart, you put the sad part in, you're like,
Of the basement's only window. Wow, I gotta call this kid the next time I lose the drawstring inside my hoodie. Finney tries to climb to freedom, but is unable to unlatch the window.
You gotta go
before the
crazy.
breaks
Oh
up.
my
The
god.
survival scenes are one of the best parts of the Black Phone. I love watching a smart, capable character try their best to escape an awful situation. Gwen is having visions of a live-action NES Paperboy adaptation, but the telepathic teenager would rather just know where her brother is. Unable to find Finney on her own, she asks for help from her super shitty dad. Terrence reveals their mother also had visions, meaning Gwen's power is inherited. This might explain
Wow.
why Finney is
So that's why he hate the little girl, because she got the powers like the mother who left or is dead.
the only one
Clock
who was
it.
able to hear the ghost voices. But Finney and Gwen's mom eventually became overwhelmed by the visions and took her own life.
I don't. Boy, sweetheart.
Ah, the old "this is for your own good" argument. That's never fucked up a kid before. Terrence is played by prolific character actor Jeremy Davies, who was in Ravenous, which we've covered on the podcast, and of course, Lost. Yeah, Saving Private Ryan and all that. Dude will forever be Daniel Faraday to me. The police.
Hey, we got new
conducting their own
emotes in
search.
chat too.
While
Down
going
here
door
in
to
this
door,
corner.
they meet Max, an eccentric out-of-towner. who's
That little
crashing on
spinner
his brother's
thing?
Couch. Max is played
That's
by
one of the
James
emotes.
Ransone, last seen on the kill count as Adult Eddie in It Chapter 2. He's also a Derrickson regular, having appeared in both Sinister movies as Deputy So-and-so.
W
Max is
emote.
working on an amateur investigation and believes he's narrowed down where the grabber lives. The cops don't take him seriously though, probably since Ziggy been dipping into White Mike's supply. Maybe if Max spent less time powdering his nose, he'd realize the boy he's looking for is in the basement right below him, since the brother he's staying with has been moon knighting as the grabber. Finney is
Wow.
brought into the wheel by the grabber, who's perplexed by the break in his murder routine.
Everything's different. Nothing's going right.
It's enough to put the sad mouth on his mask. The grabber's instantly iconic mask was designed by GoreDaddy Tom Savini, with input from Derrickson and sketch artist Levi Simpson. They were inspired by movies like Mr. Sardonicus and The Man Who Laughs. The modular mask, with its 3 different mouths, was created by special effects supervisor Jason Baker.
I'm not gonna lie, that mask is tough. Like that's why he's probably like a horror icon and shit. And he's like cool, cause that mask.
In his Pittsburgh studio, he had to make nearly 40 copies, thanks to the mouth variations, stunt requirements, and COVID restrictions.
Because of COVID, we couldn't let Ethan and the photo double share the same mask, because he'd be breathing on it, whole cross-contamination thing. So then we had to make a whole separate set for the photo double.
The mask is a resin fiberglass hybrid with comfortable foam inside. The one I have here on set wasn't screen used in the movie, but it was used for promotional materials and sent by a friend at Universal. Thanks, John Luca. The grabber says he'll
Hey,
let Finney
W,
go
John
if he
Luca.
tells him his name, but after catching him in a lie, he leaves with the door unlocked to tempt him again. Finney doesn't take the bait and is awoken that night by some extreme yoga. This backbending specter
Yo!
is Griffin Stagg, another victim whose ghostly
It's fake,
appearance
Twitch, fake
gets
blood.
added to the kill count. Does that mean I should have counted the Grady girls in the Shining kill count? I mean, yeah, sure, probably. Griffin tells Finney the grabber
I'll
is
pause.
playing a-
I'll pause. We're gonna pause for a minute. Let's talk about some stuff, chat. First off, we were playing Chain Together, W freaking game, chat. But then they decided to quit about halfway through. And I got my drink right here. Let me know when your ad is done. Oh. Woo! I'm just kidding. Hey, imagine though, if I did that shit, what y'all gonna do? What you mean you gonna sniff the screen? You're weird. You're a weird motherfucker. You're a weird little man. All right. Let me know when that ad is done. We're gonna get right back to it. I don't mind pausing. Damn. The ad's still going on? Okay.
A game called Naughty Boy. As long as Finney doesn't play, the grabber can't kill him yet. But that'll only be true for a little bit longer, so he'd better find a way out of there. Griffin says the house's door is secured with a bike lock that once belonged to him. He wrote the combination on the wall, but can't remember how the digits break up, whether it's 2331-7 or 233-17 or what have you. The afterlife amnesia means Finney will have to try all the combinations, all while playing another game. Don't Wake Grabby from Parker Brothers. Finney successfully escapes his Gattaca prison, but on his way out, a barking bad boy wakes up his catnapping kidnapper. Finney screams
run!
Outside, but the grabber catches up to him and threatens him into silence.
You say one fucking word, and I will gut you like a pig.
With no help coming from the neighborhood watch, the grabber puts an end to Finn's adventure time and brings him back to the basement. Ethan Hawke had been reluctant to play evil characters because he was worried people would see him a different way if he did. He frequently mentioned how Jack Nicholson was always seen as crazy after The Shining. He decided to give it a shot though because of the material, the director, and where he was in his career.
The good news is I'm 51 now, and so it might be the time for me to go to the dark side.
Still, he found it difficult to play such an evil character because there's no justification for his actions.
Normally I say that I'm always like to be my character's lawyer. If I was my character's lawyer in this case, I think I would, I would resign and just let the guy go to the death penalty, I mean.
The solution was to play the grabber like a wounded animal. He also said it was easy to turn off the character as soon as the camera's cut.
Catch the balloons!
Okay.
Yeah, you can hear all about it in my interview with him, director Derrickson.
Okay, so see, he really a good person. I feel like it would be hard to play a villain too. Like on some cause you know what I'm saying, I'm a very upbeat person. But I feel like it would be difficult to play a villain.
Makers Jason Baker and Tom Savini.
Like he a good dude. You could tell.
By another call. This time from a ghost resting in no amount of peace.
This is it. The horrifying nightmare end of your pathetic little life.
Finney realizes he's talking to Pinball Vance Hopper, a notorious school bully who the grabber
Imagine niggas give you the nickname Pinball. Hey, deadass, I'm never leaving the crib. They be like, Pinball, hop on the game. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm good. They be like, Penny, come on, boy. Come on, boy. That fuck ass nickname, bro. You're right, bro. Nah, hell no, I'd be pissed.
Vance's vicious reputation is illustrated in a flashback where he beats up two kids who ruined his pinball game. We see him taken outside by the police, where he's joined by Dream Warrior Gwen. She sits in for a free ride in the Popo Mobile, and perhaps incepts Finney's latest phone call.
This is it. The horrifying nightmare end of your pathetic little life.
As Gwen takes stock of the Barbie dream house, Vance reveals that when he was a captive, he broke through a wall in the bathroom. He was killed before he could escape, but Finney follows suit, busting—
Oh my fuck. Did you see the way he just got dragged off? Like, genuinely.
Through concrete with a toilet lid like it were Zepp Hindle's skull. His exit is blocked by a freezer, so he dismantles the rest of the toilet and uses a washer to unscrew the back panel. Unfortunately, the freezer can't be opened from the inside, which makes sense. It is a freeze her, not a freeze him. Exhausted, Finney breaks down, believing his fate is sealed. It's hard to believe this is 15-year-old actor Mason Thames' first feature film role. Due to COVID, he had to audition through Zoom, process he found awkward due to Wi-Fi issues. Glad his bandwidth came through, since the kid does great, going toe-to-toe with veteran actor Ethan Hawke. The phone rings yet again, but this time—
Do I have Curse Forge? I don't know what that is.
And the caller is a friendly ghost.
You'll have to explain it to me.
What's happening?
It's Robin, here to comfort his friend
Wow.
and to finally get added to the kill count. Since Robin died recently, he's more coherent than the other spirits, who were all created for the movie actually. In Joe Hill's story, Bruce is the only ghost kid caller. But since creepy dead children are a forte of Derrickson's, the others were added to the film. Their makeup was all practical.
I don't even have Minecraft. I'm gonna buy that
Seems
next
like they had a lot
paycheck.
of fun on set. Robin says it's time for Finney to start standing up for himself and teaches him how to weaponize the phantom phone.
You raise the phone, take a fast step back, step forward, step back, and swing.
Aw.
That shit'll get you slimed. That shit will get you fucking slimed. Step forward, step back, step forward, step back. As soon as I see him do that dumb shit, think right over the head. He's knocked out, ass up in the air.
They even turned it into a little line dance.
That's what I'm saying.
With Finney's training
Little
day,
tired ass
Robin lets him
moves.
know this will be the last black phone call, and the two friends say an emotional goodbye.
I miss you, Robin. Then get out for me. Use what we gave you.
Following Robin's advice, Finney packs the phone tight with dirt to give it heft, then kicks off his ultimate plan to bag that dagnab grabber. Outside, Gwen races around the neighborhood looking like an appetizer for a killer clown. Good thing there aren't actually any scary clowns here. Just a bunch of scary ghost kids who stop her in front of the house from her visions, which she identifies from its front lawn foliage and address number. After booking it back home, Gwen hollers back at one of the detectives. He volunteers the police force as tribute to meet her at the house she's found. At the same time, Max has a coke-fueled eureka and realizes his brother's house is smack dab in the middle of the abduction zone. As Pink Floyd's On the Run blares in the background, he makes his way down to the basement, where he's shocked to find another house guest.
No fucking way.
He takes a little
Oh, he
too
about
long
to slime
get
his brother.
bearings, though, and fails to notice his brother, who buries an axe in Max.
Wow.
killing him with one swift blow. What a dirty boy.
Wow.
The cops arrive to save the day.
No fucking way. They caught that nigga. He slimed his own brother. He slimed his own brother for some sick game.
Just like in Silence of the Lambs, they're in the wrong place at the right time. Turns out the house Gwen directed them to is abandoned, of the living at least. Her visions were never taking her to Finney, but rather to the Grabber's Dead Kids Society. Carpe dem kids' bodies, coppers. That means Finney still needs to fend off the White Devil and his White Fang by himself.
What the fuck is that? This nigga just brought out the Black Panther.
That means Finney still needs to fend off the White...
Look, this nigga look Aki right here, right? You like, oh, okay, maybe I could take him with this phone device I just built, right?
Devil and his White...
Then fucking Black Panther of Hellington walks down the steps. This nigga looks genuine evil. Like, oh, that's Cupcake. He don't bite. He don't bite. Cupcake just tore off 3 infant skulls.
Fang by himself. He dodges an axe swing and runs to the bathroom.
There you go.
Grabber right into Finney's trap house.
There you go.
I love how the advice from all the previous basement
So he devised this plan by himself. Dog named Precious.
boys plays into this final confrontation. Finney uses Billy's cable to trip the Grabber into the pit that he dug earlier using the tile Bruce told him about. The Grabber breaks his ankle on the grate down from the window. Finney puts Robin's training to good use, beating the bad man down with the phone. Mason Thames was excited to do a lot of his character's physical scenes himself, working under stunt coordinator Mark Riccardi. He said the only downside was the fake sweat they had to use.
I know it's the most random thing, but it was like the greasiest, nastiest thing ever, and it was disgusting.
The Grabber gets grabby, but is distracted when Finney pulls his mask off, allowing the boy to wrap the phone's cable around his neck.
Damn, hey, go, twin. What that nigga ass? That's right.
The phone rings once more, but now the bell's tolling for the Grabber, who hears his previous victims taunting him through the receiver.
Welcome to the end of your pathetic little life. Finn's arm is mint.
With a final crank yank, Finn...
That's what I was. Hey, twin ass snapped his damn neck with that little weak ass shit he was doing. He really killed him like that. That's my type of move. How he learned that though?
Finney day breaks the grabber's neck, and his body slides down beneath the floor to save the gravedigger some time. Finney placates the dog with a steak from the freezer, then makes his way upstairs. He opens the combination lock and strolls out to freedom. We see that Finney's been kept in a house just across the street from where the bodies were being stored. Gwen tearfully reunites with her brother, and they're shortly joined by their dad. Terrence begs them for forgiveness, but since they've probably heard this song before, the siblings opt for a silent side hug instead. Sometime later, Finney returns to school, where his reputation as a serial killer earns him some cred. With his
Oh, okay. I thought they were about to call that nigga. I was about to say, I better be getting endless pussy when I get to school, bruh. Not that, you know what I'm saying? But if I was in his stats, I'd be feeling like the man when I walk through. I don't know how the bitches stand when I walk through. And then, man, when I walk through, I better be on some time. I better have a fat ass PBK chain waiting for me. Some Issey Miyake on the tee, some Acme on the jeans. I better come through trim as hell. They better have a party fucking waiting for me. Now I mean, I better have a fucking party waiting for me, nigga. They coming through looking at him and shit. Nigga, where my chain at? Get my shit ready. The fuck? I want a Von Dutch cap with the leopard print on it. Get my shit right.
Newfound swagger.
And he still got this fuck ass haircut. Nobody told my nigga to get that shit going.
Where his reputation as a serial killer earns him some cred. With his newfound swagger, Finney strolls into science class, and the movie ends with him confidently sitting next to a girl he likes. Veni Finny Vici. How many people wound up
Sweet hell.
as dead as an out-of-service telephone?
Alright, let's see how many people died.
In general. Let's find out and get to the phone numbers. Mom, I'm trying to film a kill cam. Hello?
Yeah, James, it's Zoran. Now, I know you took a week off of doing kill counts, so you might be a little rusty, but I'm here to make sure you can get to the numbers. What you're gonna want
W skip, but we're not trying to watch it.
Black phone, most of whom were kids. Eesh, that's a bummer. The victims were all male, giving us a big blue pie chart for a small black phone. You know, this count and gender breakdown has only happened once before on this show, with Christine, coincidentally based on a story by Stephen King. With a runtime of 103 minutes, that left us with a kill on average every 14.71 minutes. I'll give
Damn,
the
that's
golden
not bad.
chainsaw for coolest kill to the grabber. Most of this movie's off screen.
That
It
was tough.
gratifying to see Finney finally stand up for himself. And I won't give a dull machete for this movie. It would feel weird to penalize a child murder for not being on screen.
Okay, that's pretty funny. That's funny.
And that's it. The Black Phone premiered at Fantastic Fest before getting a wider release in 2022. Now, next Friday is a proof of concept short of the movie we're trying to produce called Pregame. Please be sure to tune in. We're really
Nah, W fucking vid, bro. W vid. Dead Meat don't never fail me, bro. They always come through, provide a good time. And I had never seen that movie, so